What's up guys, it's me Drew. Today we're going to be taking a look at new merchandise for Animal Crossing New Horizons. This merchandise was made by Hori, and that company has made products that were licensed by Nintendo before, so that's how you know they're going to be high quality. They're not like third-party things where you don't really know what the quality is, so these are going to be high quality because they're licensed from Nintendo. So now on to the first item, which is just a bag, and it has the Animal Crossing kind of design just in a little square, and I really like how it's just part of the bag, but the rest of the bag is kind of the color scheme. It's not like the entire bag is covered with it, and I think that would look pretty bad if the whole bag was that, because then it would be kind of too noisy, I guess you could say. I don't know what the right word is for that, so I do like how it looks like that. Now, as you can see in this picture, on the inside of the bag, it has two pockets and a kind of sleeve thing that it looks like you could put the Nintendo Switch in, or your Switch Lite if you want. And those other pockets, you could probably keep whatever you wanted in it. I don't really know if you put games in it because the games seem like they just fall out of the holes in the corner. So I hope they have like a game spot in this bag, but to be honest, I don't think they will. Now in this final picture, you can see the Nintendo Switch Lite and some like paper and a notebook. And you can also see how the zipper is a leaf, kind of like in the Animal Crossing New Leaf thing. So that's pretty nice. Now on to the next bag. So as you can see on this one, it's quite a lot bigger and it has a pattern almost completely covering it, but the spots on the pattern seem to be quite a bit bigger, so it looks really cool. You can tell what they are quite a bit easier. And if you take a look at this other picture, you can see on the inside that there's different compartments. Those don't seem like compartment sizes that would actually fit really anything except for maybe the Switch in the middle. As you can see here, they have multiple different dividers that you can use, so you can set up the bag however you want and you can fit different things in it. So if you're going to a hotel, I think this would be super nice to have because it's specifically made for it and it's not going to be like damaging anything at all because of how nice this bag is. As you can see in this picture, there's a bag, and this one, I like the spot where they put the actual Animal Crossing design. I think that it looks really, really nice just on that front spot, and then they just have the nice leaf logo up top. So you can fit a regular Switch in that back pocket, or you can fit a Switch Lite in the front pocket. Now, I don't know why you'd have both, but in case you do, it would be really nice. Or you could get this bag depending on, like, it doesn't matter which one you have, and then you can just store other things in the other pocket. So I think that might be the reason why they did that, but I really don't think anyone's going to have both Switches in it unless they're like really into Nintendo. Now this next one, this is just a regular Nintendo Switch case, and it actually looks like it's pretty high quality. It looks like leather, or probably fake leather, but I really do kind of like that type of material. So if you look in the corner, you can tell why I think it's leather. This next picture shows the inside of it, and it looks really soft, and it doesn't look like it's going to be like damaging your Switch or anything. That's good to see that they have nice quality on this. Now, as you can see, you can put the Switch in it, but there's also that back pocket, and you can use that one to put a Switch Lite in it. So I feel like this case would be kind of too full if you put a Switch and a Switch Lite, but same again with that last bag that we took a look at. It could really work with whatever Switch you have, and then you can just store other things in the other pocket. Now if you take a look on the front of this bag, you can see there's a zipper, and I'm assuming that's where you would keep your games if you have a bunch of physical cartridges. Or you could maybe keep headphones or something. I have a case kind of similar to that, and that's what I do. But it would be really nice if they had kind of like separate slots for each game, because just throwing them in there loose is really not as good as having all the different slots. Now on to the next one. This one is a Nintendo Switch Lite case, and it looks pretty cool. It's just the entire back of the system just covered in that pattern. It does look kind of similar to that clear Switch case that a lot of people are using. And I don't think it's going to be exactly like that though, but I wish it was, and I'll tell you why. So this one, it seems like it's completely flat on the back. I'm fine with that, but the regular Switch Lite case, it seems to go out a bit more, so it's like maybe a more comfortable grip to hold it. And then on the bottom, there's usually like a kickstand, and this one doesn't have it, and I think it would be really, really nice if they did have that, but unfortunately they don't. But I do like how this one seems like it's going to be a much slimmer design than the other one. It's not going to take up as much space as the clear Switch case, that I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, because that's the Switch case that most people, if they have a Switch Lite, they have. Another thing I want to point out is near the top. You can see that the case doesn't completely align with the triggers, but that might just be because the triggers go down too much at that point, so it wouldn't really make sense to hold the back of the plastic with it, so they maybe just kept the plastic mostly flat. So that's kind of understandable if they did that, and it might actually make it more comfortable having it like that. Now this is just a regular Nintendo Switch stand that you can use just to hold up your Switch if you're playing in tabletop mode, and it makes it a lot better to play in tabletop. I've tried this, my cousin has one, and it's the black version, so I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the exact same thing as that, just with the Animal Crossing branding. And I'd actually recommend getting this because it's such a nice thing, and it just fits in this really small area, so you might be able to fit it in those other bags that we were talking about. So that's why I think that this one is pretty good, but to be honest, it's not that much better than the ones that you can already get because it's not really anything new, I don't think. It could be a bit better and different that I'm just not noticing it. So if that's the case, then you might want to check this out. But for now, I think you could just get the black one and be completely fine. But the Animal Crossing branding looks really, really nice. So as we've been talking about all of these different merchandise items, this pattern has come up quite a lot. And now I kind of want to do an analysis and see what's inside that pattern and how it relates to the Animal Crossing New Horizons game. So there's a leaf, just like the shapes on the zippers and how there's a big logo on each one of these items. So you can just see that leaf there, and then there's also a little tree, and it's really simplistic design, which I really like, but it almost looks like grapes or something like that. But I think it's tree because it's green, but it could be green grapes. So I really don't know, but I'm assuming it's a tree. Now the next one is a palm tree. So this one's kind of bluish, and you can see a coconut on it in the corner. So this kind of just shows how it's the island type of game in New Horizons, where you're just going to be kind of on a tropical deserted island. I think that really just kind of shows off some of the new parts of this game. And so does this next one, which is the tent. So if you don't know, you're just starting off in New Horizons in a tent without an actual house. Now the next thing is the house. So of course, as you get later in the game, you're going to be able to get a house instead of just a tent. So it's probably why they put that. And then there's also a butterfly, so that one looks pretty nice. So that's all for the analysis of this, and that pretty much just brings us to the end of this video. So please leave a like if you learned something from this video, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see new Animal Crossing news videos whenever the news comes out. Bye.